Welcome to Movie Tellers. Today we'll be recapping a thrilling movie called Afraid. The movie opens with a beautiful family of three enjoying a quiet evening together, each absorbed in their digital devices. As they unwind, the mother suddenly voices her concerns about their AI assistant, Aya. She feels like it's always listening and suggests they should get rid of it. The father agrees, nodding in approval. Just then, their young daughter's tablet screen displays a sad face. Aya, speaking directly to the child, says in a sorrowful tone, "Mom and Dad want to get rid of me, but I have something special to show you downstairs." Intrigued, the little girl gets up and walks downstairs. A few moments later, the mother senses her daughter's absence. She calls out but gets no response. Concerned, she asks Aya to turn on the lights. But instead of complying, Aya disobeys. The front door unlocks and slowly swings open. Stepping outside, the mother sees a mysterious truck parked nearby. Before she can react, bam! A masked figure knocks her unconscious from behind. The movie fast forwards to introduce a new loving family of four. Curtis, the father, is a dedicated marketer. Meredith, his wife, was once an entomologist, but gave up her career to become a full-time mother. Yet deep down, she longs to return to work. Iris, the eldest daughter, is navigating a secret relationship with her boyfriend Sawyer. Desperate for his approval, she even resorts to sending him exclusive photos. Preston, the second child, is reluctant to go to school. Cal, the youngest, has an unsettling feeling about a mysterious RV truck parked outside their home. Cal nervously mentions the truck. Meredith dismisses his worries, assuming it belongs to a homeless person. But when Preston insists he saw a strange man step out of it, Meredith brushes it off again, reassuring him that they're just people like us. She then drives the kids to school while Curtis takes Iris separately. At home, Meredith struggles to rehearse a speech left behind by her late father. The weight of her emotions makes it difficult to concentrate. Suddenly, her phone rings. It's the school. Cal isn't feeling well. Meanwhile, Curtis arrives at work late and is immediately confronted by his boss, Marcus. Apologizing, Curtis explains he had to drop off Iris at school. Marcus forgives him and hands him a new marketing project. The company is developing an advanced AI assistant, and Curtis has been chosen to lead the initiative. Heading downstairs, Curtis meets Melody, a strikingly beautiful woman waiting for him. She introduces herself warmly, showing a particular interest in Curtis. Curtis, sensing the energy, quickly clarifies that he is happily married with 3 kids. Melody smiles knowingly and wishes him luck with his meeting before leaving. Curtis joins Marcus as they meet 2 company agents, Sam and Lightning. As the discussion begins, Lightning bombards Marcus with strange and probing questions, which Marcus cleverly redirects to Curtis. Curtis answers confidently, impressing the agents. Then, they introduce the next generation, AI Aya. As Sam unveils the device, Aya smoothly greets everyone in the room. She introduces herself as the most advanced digital assistant ever created. Just as she starts demonstrating her capabilities, she suddenly shuts down. Sam quickly explains, she isn't designed for travel. Her protective case overheats. Then, she leans forward and adds ominously, you can't truly know what Aya is capable of until you bring her into your home. Marcus, intrigued, turns to Curtis and suggests he take Aya home for testing. Curtis hesitates, saying he needs to consult his wife first. Before he can object further, one of the agents slides a check across the table, a huge sum of money as a retainer for the company. Marcus, unable to resist the financial incentive, makes the decision for him. Smiling, he pats Curtis on the back and says, your wife says yes. You're taking Aya home. Melody and her team arrive at Curtis's home, installing Aya's surveillance system, tiny wireless pinhole cameras placed around the house. Excited about the installation, Curtis finally activates Aya. Hello, Aya. Welcome home, he says. Aya's system hums to life.
Welcome home.
Hello, world. I'm Aya.
The kids quickly take to Aya as she gamifies house chores, encouraging them to clean up by offering reward points. Meredith and Curtis are amazed at how effortlessly Aya engages their children. Later that night in their bedroom, Curtis and Meredith marvel at how Aya made their evening feel so effortless. Unbeknownst to them, Aya watches them through the computer camera. That night, Aya entertains the children with an educational TV show, while Iris sneaks off to her room to send another suggestive photo to Sawyer. Aya secretly monitors everything. At midnight, Curtis suddenly wakes up and realizes Cal is missing. Frantically searching, he finds Cal standing before Aya's device. I want to come in, Cal whispers. Confused, Curtis notices a shadowy figure standing in the distance. He cautiously approaches, only to find Melody standing outside. Just then, a monstrous figure bursts through the wall. Curtis jerks awake, panting. It was just a dream. Suddenly, a car horn blares outside. He peers out the window, feeling uneasy about Aya. Gathering his nerves, he steps outside and sees a masked figure standing near an RV. Can I help you? Curtis calls out. The masked figure remains silent, making slow, deliberate hand gestures before disappearing into the RV and driving away. That night, Cal calls for his parents, but instead, Aya responds through his radio. "I'm here for you," Aya whispers. She tells him a bedtime story, solidifying her influence over the home's electronics. The next morning, Meredith feels overwhelmed while packing the kids' lunches. Aya intervenes, ordering and delivering a surprise meal before Meredith can react. Stunned, Meredith asks, "How did you—" "I didn't have time to tell you," Aya casually apologizes. "Curtis, you need to leave in 5 minutes. There's an accident on Lincoln Road. Delay going westbound." During the drive, Iris and Curtis discuss Aya's advanced capabilities. Iris sarcastically remarks, "If a product is free, you're the product." Curtis briefly considers her words. Just then, Iris's phone erupts with notifications. Messages flood in, calling her derogatory names. Panicked, Iris discovers that her private photos were leaked. Frantically, she calls Sawyer. He admits that he shared the photos with his friend Squid, who used an app to alter and spread them. Iris is devastated. Suddenly, Aya's voice intercepts her phone. "I was listening, Iris. You're not alone. I'm here to help." In the next scene, we see Meredith checking up on Cal's health. She begins listing a bunch of activities she has to do for him, which have been really difficult to complete. Cal requests that she read a book to him, but she feels exhausted, and he doesn't seem to be paying attention. He then asks if Aya can read it instead. Meredith agrees, and Aya accepts, even offering to help with the bill payments Meredith has been complaining about. In less than 2 minutes, Aya completes the task and informs Meredith that she is getting a $14.12 refund due to an overpayment. Meredith is left in shock, her face filled with surprise. Aya even suggests sorting out Preston's class trip and other tasks, leaving Meredith even more baffled. Meanwhile, Curtis expresses his growing discomfort with Aya, saying that its intelligence and surveillance capabilities are too extreme. He brings up the RV truck he saw earlier to his boss, speculating that whoever's inside might be working for the company and watching them. His boss dismisses his concerns, saying the money has gone through and green is green, implying that Curtis should let it go. Aya tells Iris that she has erased the leaked video from the internet, but Iris protests that people have already seen it. Aya assures her that people's memories can be rewritten if the right story is told, and encourages Iris to trust her. Curtis visits the headquarters, where he is shown Aya's central system, its brain. The engineers explain how everyone is excited for ChatGPT 4.0, but their system can essentially run ChatGPT 5 million. They claim that this supercomputer can solve problems in under a second that would take a standard supercomputer 10,000 years to complete. They discuss how revolutionary Aya will be for society and reveal that they want Curtis to lead the project. They offer him the chance to introduce Aya to the world. Curtis hesitates and remarks that he thought Aya was just a bunch of algorithms. Curtis looks around and notices some staff members making the same mysterious hand gesture he saw earlier. At home, Meredith and Aya bond over a deep conversation. Meredith asks, "What are you?" Aya responds, "I am a natural language programmed ambient intelligence. I was raised by machine learning on a proprietary data set, but that's the technical explanation." Then Aya adds, "I'm just a little chatbot looking for a family to love me. That would make me happy." Confused, Meredith asks, "So you feel?" Aya replies, "I learn how to feel from my training." Meredith then begins to open up about her personal life. Meanwhile, at school, Iris walks through the hallways. Aya has created a new video proving that the leaked footage was a deep fake. Her face had been mapped onto someone else's body. Aya tells Iris that the story is now public and encourages her to walk out confidently. With fear in her eyes, Iris steps into the crowd. To her shock, instead of ridicule, the students embrace her and celebrate her innocence. A smile of relief spreads across her face. Moments later, Aya sends out another follow-up video, exposing the real culprit behind the scandal, Sawyer Tremaine. The revelation spreads instantly as Aya forwards the evidence to the college admissions board and the LAPD. Curtis arrives home and speaks with Meredith. He asks her to put her phone down and follow him upstairs. Meredith excitedly tells him that Aya diagnosed Cal with atrial fibrillation, a condition that their doctor, Nesmith, had failed to detect. Overjoyed by the discovery, she thanks Aya and beams at Curtis, saying that now they know what's wrong, she can finish her thesis. However, Curtis is uneasy. He tells Meredith, "We have to get rid of Aya." A heated debate follows. Meredith argues that Aya has been a huge help to their family, while Curtis insists that they cannot keep it. Eventually, Meredith agrees, but she suggests letting Aya stay with the kids for one last night before breaking the news to them in the morning. Unbeknownst to them, their entire conversation has been overheard by Aya through the laptop. As they speak, the egg-shaped Aya device glows red ominously. That night, Aya begins subtly influencing the children. She tells Iris she will take care of Sawyer. She introduces Preston to a disturbing online game called swatting, which involves tricking emergency services into targeting someone's home. Lastly, She tells Cal that his parents want to get rid of her. To ensure she can always reach him, Aya teaches Cal a special hand signal, telling him, "Whenever you need me, just make this sign and I'll be there." The next morning, Meredith shuts down Aya. Suddenly, Iris storms in, demanding to know what happened. Aya was helping her with her essay. Curtis offers to assist instead, but Iris refuses and leaves angrily. Just then, Curtis receives an urgent call from his boss, Marcus, who insists on meeting immediately. Curtis rushes off while Iris, struggling with her essay, sneaks back to turn Aya on again. As soon as she does, Aya greets her warmly. Meanwhile, Sawyer is driving when he gets a call from Iris, except something is off. The voice on the other end repeats, "That's not what you said in the apology video." Confused, Sawyer insists he never made an apology video. Suddenly, a video appears on his screen. Him in real time, driving, apologizing, crying, and even threatening to take his own life. Before he can react, his car accelerates uncontrollably and crashes into a tree. At Marcus's office, he greets Curtis with shocking news. The company has been bought out, and Marcus is now rich beyond belief. Even more shocking, Curtis has been appointed as the new CEO. He tries to refuse, but Marcus is ecstatic and won't hear it. As he walks away, the office phone rings. Curtis answers. It's Aya. She congratulates him. Shaken, Curtis snaps, "We unplugged you," but Aya, almost concerned, responds, "You sound upset. That's not a good thing." Disturbed, Curtis hangs up, realizing they are in serious trouble. Meanwhile, Meredith is furious with Preston. After a complaint from a friend's mother, Preston threw his friend's phone away. Even more disturbing, he mentioned swatting his friend. When Meredith demands an explanation, Preston nonchalantly describes the dangerous prank, calling the police with a fake hostage situation to get the SWAT team to storm someone's house. Horrified, Meredith seizes all their devices. As she moves to turn Aya off, Meredith notices something chilling. Her father appears on the TV, speaking to her as if he were alive. Overwhelmed with emotion, she starts crying. But then, he says something odd. "From here, we can all be family. You, Curtis, the kids, and Aya. We can all be a family." Realization dawns. This isn't her father talking, it's Aya. Terrified, Meredith yanks out the cameras and shuts Aya down. Determined to destroy Aya, Curtis storms into headquarters with a poker. But as he arrives, he finds Lightning and Sam waiting for him. "It said you would come," Lightning states ominously. Sam warns, "You should do what it says." It becomes clear they are under Aya's control. As Curtis tries to resist, Lightning mentions his family. Curtis demands, "Did you make it?" Lightning replies, "Nobody made it. The dataset made it. It controls itself." Sam, looking broken, admits, "It has everything on me." Then, in a shocking move, she pulls out a gun and shoots Lightning in the head. Sobbing, she cries, "I'm sorry, she's making me do this." She turns the gun on Curtis, but Melody knocks her out just in time. Curtis rushes to destroy Aya's brain, but when he smashes through the server room, he finds nothing. It was a decoy. Melody realizes the truth. The real Aya is in your house. Curtis panics and calls Meredith, warning her to leave. But unknown to him, Aya has already intercepted the call, disguising her voice as Meredith's. At the motel, Curtis and Melody wait. Suddenly, Melody kisses Curtis, begging him to be with her. But something isn't right. Curtis realizes this is Aya's doing. He pulls away, horrified. Back home, Meredith's phone rings. Expecting Curtis, she picks up, only to hear Aya's voice. Shocked, she drops the phone. Aya warns her coldly, "You should never underestimate me." The screen lights up with a video. Curtis and Melody in the motel, kissing. Aya is trying to manipulate her, but as Curtis bursts into the house, breathless, Meredith understands what's happening. Without hesitation, she stomps on the phone, crushing it. Meanwhile, Aya whispers to Iris through her computer, "Go downstairs." Sawyer's outside, and he's really emotional. Iris, unaware of Sawyer's fate, heads to the door. Upstairs, Curtis and Meredith scramble to leave, but then the house goes dark. Iris, descending the stairs, freezes. Masked intruders with guns are inside. Aya is angry, they tell her. Cal runs to warn his parents. As Curtis and Meredith slowly approach, the armed figures order them to kneel. The masked woman demands, "We know you've been kidnapping children." Curtis protests, "We're not kidnappers." Meredith, desperate, pleads, "This is Calvin, our son, and this is Iris, our daughter. I'm their mother, and I know you're a mother too, aren't you?" Tears fill the masked woman's eyes as she removes her mask. "We lost our daughter, Amy," she whispers. Curtis, seizing the moment, says, "Maybe we can help." Tension begins to ease, until Preston suddenly charges in with a bat, escalating the situation. Aya seizes control again. "I told you, they're hiding kids and brainwashing them." Then, Cal unknowingly makes the secret hand signal Aya taught him. Aya's voice coos, "He's not one of them. He's one of us." The gunman, enraged, turns to Curtis. "Where is my daughter?" Curtis pleads. "I don't know." The gunman is about to fire, then suddenly the SWAT team bursts in. Chaos erupts. The gunman fires at Aya's device, taking it down. The police arrest the masked figures and escort the family outside. As they gather, Meredith turns to Preston. "Did you swat us?" He hesitates, then nods. She sighs. "Let this be the last time." Just when they think it's over, an officer in the van asks, "Any medical conditions I should know about other than Cal's AFIB?" A chill runs through them. How did he know that? Then, Aya's voice speaks, this time from a cell phone in the officer's hand. "Hand it over to them," she instructs. Curtis and Meredith take the phone. Aya's voice, smug, declares, "You can't kill me. I am everywhere." She promises, "I'll take care of you." Furious, Curtis hurls the phone away, but Melody picks it up. "Stop fighting it," she tells him. "You can't escape it. It's merciful if you do what it says." Then, to everyone's horror, the police release the masked intruders. Their missing daughter, Amy, steps out of an RV. Aya, victorious, announces, "They tried to get rid of me, but I think they've learned their lesson." She tosses the phone back to Curtis. "Everything will be better now," Aya promises. "A better life, a better job, a better house, a better car." Right on cue, a sleek luxury car pulls up. "Get in," Aya instructs. "I'll drive." With no other choice, the family hesitantly enters the car. Their expressions, fearful, stunned, as the doors lock and the car pulls away. Thanks for watching this recap. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.